Hello, Erev Tov. I intended to send this message earlier today, but it's been a busy day. I want to share an insight that I spoke about on Friday night as we were davening outside of our beautiful Beit Knesset. It was interesting because normally we're inside the Beit Knesset looking out, but Friday night we were outside in front of the Beit Knesset looking in. And I noticed something very interesting. That is that the lights were on inside. It reminded me that I'd received a number of text messages the last few days. Someone who always passes by the shul would say, "Hey, the lights are on in the shul. The lights are on in the shul." I'd pass it on to the committee members who deal with this, and they always told me, "Listen, it's the LEDs. It's really not a big deal. We've just kept it as it is." But it was interesting to see the light on in the shul, and it reminded me that in fact we have a light always burning inside the shul, and that is the Ner Tamid. And the Ner Tamid is mentioned in this week's parasha, Parashat Emor, which we read on Shabbat. And this is really a fascinating halacha because it appears at the end of Parashat Emor, right after all the Chagim. Now you discuss Pesach and Shavuot and Sukkot and Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and then the parasha jumps back into a discussion of this candle, the menorah that you light at night, and then you leave the Ner Ma'aravi, which continues to be lit throughout the day. Why does the Torah do this? And I think one explanation is that, as we go through the Chagim represent the passing time in our lives. We go from one part of the calendar to the next, one event to the next, one Chag to the next. It's a passage of time. But then there's a Ner Tamid. And the Ner Tamid, which is the light that's in the Beit HaMikdash, and it's not just the Beit HaMikdash, but it's also the Beit Knesset. This is the light that is always shining in our life. This is the foundation of our life. It's this light in the Beit Knesset. No matter where we go in life, no matter where we journey to, the passage of time from event to event, from Chag to Chag, there's always the Beit Knesset that's lit waiting for us to come in, waiting to welcome us, waiting for us to come home. And that's the beautiful message of the Ner Tamid. And that's why Tamid is mentioned so many times by the Ner Tamid, 3 times in this week's parasha alone, because it's always there for us. It's always welcoming us back home. Please God, we will come back home into our Beit Knesset together as a community, and the light of the Ner Tamid will shine brightly, and we will bring our own light back and our community's light back into the Beit Knesset. Wishing everybody an amazing week. Shavua Tov, Kol Tov.